transform your life from the inside out? Join Tasha Young on Elevation Nation, your guide to total wellness and personal evolution. You are about to discover powerful strategies for healing across 7 essential dimensions: physical vitality, emotional balance, mental clarity, financial freedom, social connection, sexual wellness, and intellectual growth. This is more than self-help. It's self-elevation. Watch Elevation Nation with Tasha Young, exclusively on Black Westchester Magazine, the news from the Black point of view. Your journey to wholeness starts now.
He's a guest. Oh
He's
wait,
in.
but
He's
you
here.
putting us, but you
Now I'm
putting us
in. Now
live.
I'm in.
But wait
You
a minute.
already made the broadcast live.
No, because wait a minute, Damon. Just play the intro.
You the
See,
one that
this
went
this is
live.
why
We
this
there.
this
We got you. We got you,
this is why
Tasha.
this is why the
Everything's
black
good.
man. See,
Everything
the
is
black
good.
man
Everything
continues
No,
is
to
good.
everything is
I
struggle.
not
got
good. I have music. I have a whole scenes that I set up.
you. All right, so go to the next scene.
Where we live? We on Facebook right now? Where we at?
We everywhere.
Facing the rising sun, our God who gave me gun. Let us march on to victory as one. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let every sound let us receive. Sing a song full of the faith that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun, our God who gave me gun. Let us march on to victory as one. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let every sound
Damn, what happened? You know Freddie D used to hang around with Susan B. But I'm just saying, man, stop playing with HT.
What happened to the Harriets, baby? What happened to the Harriets? Wanna rumble with HT, huh? I'll escape with my whole family. Blow a hole in your back like Moby. Have your friends saying this is for Toby. And you know me for letting slaves go free. Find you in the north instead of hanging from a tree. If it's murder, then it was me. Shotgun for a stitch, slave running sea. Know you running underground cause the path I chose it. Take your pick, get this whipping, now let's get it going. Think quick, all that cotton that you pick. Player hating from the sideline, get your own railroad while you're riding mine. This is for my fellas and my ladies, dodging slavery, Frederick Douglass, hold me down, baby. Only female in my crew, and I dodge master like a nigga do. Pull the trigger too, fuck you.
I been had dubs, that was Andrew Jackson. They supposed to be tough, mom. Damn, what happened? You know Freddie D used to hang around with Susan B. But I'm just saying, man, stop playing with HT.
What happened to the Harriets, baby? What happened to the Harriets? Wanna rumble with HT, huh? I'll escape with my whole family. Blow a hole in your back like Moby. Have your friends saying this is for Toby. And you know me for letting slaves go free. Find you in the north instead of hanging from a tree. If it's murder, then it was me. Shotgun for a stitch, slave running sea. Know you running underground cause the path I chose it. Take your pick, get this whipping, now let's get it going. Think quick, all that cotton that you pick. Player hating from the sideline, get your own railroad while you're riding mine. This is for my fellas and my ladies, dodging slavery, Frederick Douglass, hold me down, baby. Only female in my crew, and I dodge master like a nigga do. Pull the trigger too, fuck you.
I been had dubs, that was Andrew Jackson. They supposed to be tough, mom. Damn, what happened? to hang around with Susan B. But I'm just saying, man, stop playing with HT.
What happened to the Harriets, baby? What happened to the Harriets?
Mom, damn, what happened? You know Freddie D used to hang around with Susan B. But I'm just saying, man, stop playing with HT.
What happened to the Harriets, baby?
Happy Black History Month. Make sure you celebrate the entire month and do everything you can to learn your history and learn Black history, not just this month, but every day, every week, every month, every year. It's a lifetime of study. It's a lifetime of service. Black history is America's history. We all know that. You know what's so crazy about this time we're living in, man? Like, you know, all the attacks on DEI, which is basically an attack on black people, even though DEI helps everyone, it shows how freaking afraid they are, yo. Public Enemy back in, what was it, 89? Had an album, Fear of a Black Planet. That's what Donald Trump, Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, Mark Zuckerberg, and all these clowns are afraid of. They're afraid of us. They're afraid of our magic, our brilliance, our intellect, our creativity, our perseverance, our grit, our strength. They knew from way back in the days how exceptional we were. That's why they had to create a whole campaign and condition around our inferiority. We know the inferiority is nonsense, is BS. So they're just so scared and petrified. It's like, if you really want meritocracy, let's make things an even playing field, man. And it don't even got to be a us versus them situation. There's enough resources. There's enough, you know, space and air and creativity and tools to go around, man. God made all of us in his image. So we all have God-given ability. Let's learn to use it and work together. Your scarcity mindset and your fear that there's not enough because of your, you know, recessiveness thinking is why we're in this position now. And because you fear us so much, you go to war and you kill our people for centuries. Come on, man. It's crazy, man. Happy Black History Month. Everybody go out there and celebrate and learn, man. And, you know, I'm so happy to be a child of the 70s, a child of the civil rights movement, a child of history, a child of hip-hop. I'm coming to you from the Bronx right now, the birthplace of hip-hop. And hip-hop alone taught me so much about Black history, man. You know, Nas's song, I Can. Before we came to this country, we were kings and queens, never porch monkeys. There were empires in Africa called Kush, Timbuktu, where every race came to get books. Listen to that song, man. Karis One, You Must Learn. Akibulan was the original name of Africa and now stripped of its fame. It's good to know that in ancient times, Egyptians developed all sciences of the mind to the point when they ruled the planet. But Rome, peace and love.
Tasha.
Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Black History Month. We are here. We are celebrating ourselves. We are celebrating our culture, our history, our joy, our brilliance, and our history makers. And we're so pleased tonight to have our forever Congressman Jamal Bowman, history maker in his own right, doctor of education, to join us tonight. Alongside with my brothers Damon and AJ. And we're going to open the show with a quick check-in. How's everybody doing? What you bringing to the space? What's going on? Maybe we'll
It's
start
good.
with,
It's good.
yeah.
Everything's great. Everything's great. Forgot today was Monday. Everything's great. They had to call me. Like, where you at? I'm like, oh man, today's Monday.
Yes.
It
Yeah, she had
happens
to
like
call me too.
it happens like that. I'm still trying to get used to the days, making sure that I know what day it is.
Yeah.
I forget real quick.
Oh, that's that
Well,
retirement life.
That's that retirement life.
And to our
And
illustrious, yep,
I was watching the Nick game. I didn't even pay attention to the time or nothing.
that's all right. That's all right. We'll be here Monday at 8, every Monday. Y'all come if you want.
Exactly.
And to our beautiful Congressman Jamal, how you feel today?
I'm good. I'm good. What's going on? How y'all doing? Good to be with you.
I'm good. I'm good. I like to do that. I do that at the beginning of any interaction that I have with people. We call it a check-in because no matter what, people bring how they feel to the space, whether you know how they feel or not. So it's good just to
Yeah.
do a check-in, right?
No, 100%. I mean, we have no choice but to, stay focused, you know, try to feel as good as we can and keep it moving as black folk. That's who we are, is what we do. We have no choice. So the world is it's a lot going on in the world, and you know, we gotta stay focused.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I just wanted to say
Absolutely.
hello to Jack on the check-in. Hi, Jack Toon. And
Jack.
I also want to ask, like, we started a few weeks ago on this wellness uh
All right. Yeah.
paying
How's everybody
attention to
doing?
our
Did y'all
wellness.
start? Are y'all bull crapping? I,
Listen,
I,
I
I,
started.
oh, okay. I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure.
I started. We're doing a 28-day wellness. 28-day. What is it? What is it? It's a
It's a
challenge, a
20,
wellness challenge.
yeah, it's a 28-day health and wellness challenge. It's basically you just need to eat healthy, exercise, meditate, and focusing on your health for Black History Month. And I do have a picture somewhere. I'll post it later. So people that are interested, they can get the free ebook and download and join us this month.
Yeah. Damon wrote a book, 28-day wellness
Health.
challenge. Is that what you
Yes.
right, Damon?
Yep. Yep. Yeah. Yep. That's it.
So I've been reading it, and I like that he starts with, it's really a mindset. Big feet. Yeah.
Oh man, that's
Big feet.
horrible.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that
Jack just wants
Don't
somebody to join him. But in the book, Damon talks about it being a mindset. And I've been on a wellness journey for years now. I'm down 9 pounds since January 1st. And yeah, yeah, thank you. And it started with just no sugar. No sugar, no rice, no pasta, no alcohol. And I lasted 15 days. I lasted 15 days. And then I ate a date. And I learned that refined sugar, thank you, Jack, is one thing. And then there's natural sugars.
right.
So even with the date that I ate, or the dates that I ate, I still was able to lose weight. So now I'm in another challenge with this challenge, and I started with a 36-hour water fast.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. And how did that work out?
It's hard. It's hard. Water fast is hard, but when you sleep, the hours count. They do count.
Really? When
Yeah,
you sleep, it counts.
yeah. You're not eating when you sleep. Look at that, all that water that AJ's drinking. When you sleep, those hours count. So if you start your fast 5 o'clock, by the time you wake up, you can count those hours too.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So it ends up being like a full 24 hours, and then you take out, maybe 12 hours of sleep. So I did the 36 hours, but 12 hours or maybe 11 hours were sleep. of those 36. And I feel good. I feel good. The trick now is just to incorporate nice, healthy foods after the fast.
Right.
But I'll tell you one thing about that fast, I got a lot of clarity, focus. It's like
Well,
out of
that's what eating healthy does, because you're not having toxins and chemicals going to your brain. So when you eliminate the toxins and chemicals, you start seeing things differently. You start thinking clear. That's why I wrote. That's why I'm writing the book now. God is in your vegetables, because of the fact that once you start eating healthy and you start eating live food instead of dead food, your body processes all the food differently, and your melanin in our skin as Black people processes everything on a higher level when it's natural. And when we talk about the energy, and people talk about the God force, and people talk about energy, all that is through the ground. The electricity is through the ground. We're electric beings also. So why put dead meat and dead food in a live body? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. So you fruits, vegetables, all those things, we could eat raw, and they're alive when we eat them. So that's the transference of the God energy, because it comes from the ground. So you start thinking differently and looking at things differently when you start eating healthy and praying and meditating and stretching and getting the blood flowing through your body. You see things a lot differently than you did, because your body is not polluted and your mind is not cloudy.
Mhm. And AJ, I see you have a big jug of water. What do you have to say about this whole? You've been changing how you're eating. How's it going for you?
Well, yeah, I'm on a partial plant based diet. Most of the time, I don't eat any meat at all. A lot of salads, a lot of fruits and vegetables, a lot more exercise, a lot more walking. I have a lot more energy. Um, I lost 50 pounds so far, over 50 pounds so far.
Wow.
And yeah, I started. I was up to I was up to 337. I'm around 284, 85, somewhere around that now. So trying to see if I can get down, another 50, but naturally, so I'm just, like I said, do a lot of walking, um, a lot of fruits and vegetables, and most of the time I don't really eat meat. So it's like I'm on a partial plant based. I haven't given up meat altogether, but I'm 75% of the time I'm not eating any meat. I'm eating, and if I'm eating, I'm eating plant based stuff. I've been cooking a lot more, plant based steak, plant based chicken. I've been cooking more dishes myself. So it's not buying the food. You're actually cooking it, um, which is more healthier. So it's a lifestyle change, and it's hard sometimes not to go back, because our biggest challenge is when we go through things, we go back to the familiar, and the
Talk
Right.
about
familiar
it.
is often the stuff that's not good for you. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Mhm.
like, but that stuff that we was doing for so long, and it's like to not go back to the familiar. And I'm almost not 100% yet, but I'm very close to the stop smoking. Um,
Okay.
my birthday's Wednesday, so that's, I'm trying to go into my birthday as close to that or as soon after that as a non-smoker. I was smoking over a pack a day. I went down less. I was smoking the 100s. I went down to the regular size ones. A pack lasts me a lot longer. I'm trying to just get rid of it altogether. So it's finding things to do to replace that. Because that was a constant thing. So um, but I feel better though. I feel better. Got a lot more energy.
Mhm.
Get a lot of compliments, which as men,
Ain't nothing wrong with
compliments
that, brother.
Ain't nothing wrong with
compliments from
that.
pretty women, compliments from pretty women keep you going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man,
like,
ain't nothing wrong with that. Getting no compliments, man. Hey,
yeah,
listen.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, just it's time. I'm gonna be 59. You know what I'm saying? It's time. So it's time.
Word. I mean, people are out of here. Out of here. you know?
Yeah, I have so many friends that just did friends and family that did make it to the side of 50, much less going on 60. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be here. Obviously, God has shown me He has a lot more work for me to do, but I have to be healthy to do it. And the work we do with Black Westchester, there's a lot more work for us to do, but you also have to be healthy to do it. You know what I'm saying? And I don't the biggest thing was my mental health. I don't stress things I can't control right now.
Exactly.
I'm not stressing. I can't control it. I'm not stressing it. I used to stress like, yo, why are my people not getting this? I used to stress, like raise my blood pressure, stress. I'm not stressing. I'm not stressing none of that. I'm doing what I can control, leaving the rest up to God. I'm just like, I'm eliminating what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing. I'm turning off the phone, leaving the phone on silent. Sometimes I'm letting a whole lot of people go to voicemail. You know what I'm saying? Because some of them calls, I just don't need that. Like if it's important, they'll leave a message. But you get calls, and there's people that's going through stuff, and you got to help them. But you just get some calls with some people just complaining to be complaining, and you know what? I don't need that. So that I'm working on all of that right now. So
That sounds like a good boundary.
yeah, I'm trying to get my mind, body, and spirit in alignment. That's my goal for 2025.
And
And as Dr. Cedric says, I'm a self care advocate. I'm advocating for my self care. That's it.
I want to talk more about self care, but Jamal, you want to get on in on this? How are you managing your physical health, your eating? Like what you got going on? You want to join the challenge with us?
Mute.
You still on mute?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he muted
Yeah,
himself.
Oh,
Okay.
he's off. Okay.
yeah, I got it. Yeah, maybe I'll join the challenge. I don't know. Send me the details. But yeah, I just try to be consistent in the gym. Doing a lot of cardio. I mean, this year I've been focusing a lot on cardio. A lot of stairmaster, a lot of walking. Just stairmaster is great. It helps you sweat. Putting in like 30 and 30. On both. Sometimes 45, 45. Yeah, man, just getting my steps in, stairmasters in. Making sure I'm eating salads every day and staying away from red meat. A cheat every now and then, of course. Sometimes too much sweets.
Oh,
Sometimes one or two too many drinks. But I'm more active than I've been in a while, so that's kind of my goal. Just stay active, be always on the move, and so that's been very helpful. Um, you know, and so yeah, doing all right.
yeah. I like that. Sorry, did I? Were you still speaking?
No, you good?
I like that Damon talks about in his book, the mind body connection, because if your mind, if your thoughts are not addressed, that go on in your mind that tell you, I only want to do what's comfortable. I only want to do what feels good. I only want to do it when the weather's a certain way. I only want to do it when I look a certain way. That is all excuses to make you just not do it. So,
Exactly.
you got to deal with that. You got to deal with those thoughts of wanting to be comfortable when it comes to losing weight, when it comes to getting your mind right, because you will want to go back to the familiar, and that familiar has gotten you to where you are right now. So, if you want to change where you're at right now, you got
Mhm.
to get your mind right.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
100%.
It's I mean, black people, we have to look at health as the same way we brush our teeth and wash our butt. Being healthy, and taking time, to exercise and put in that work. Technically you only need 30 minutes a day, you know,
Hmm.
to continue to maintain, good health. Especially as you get older, you don't need to be in the gym throwing up, worrying about, you bench pressing 450 pounds and all that stuff. You could do that when you're young, but as you get older, you just need to maintain, some good cardio, maintain some weight work. You don't have to do heavy weights because you just want to make sure you stimulate that muscle, because as we get older, right, we lose muscle mass, right?
Hmm.
So we have to stimulate the muscle, to strengthen the muscle, so we can maintain the muscle. The old saying is, if you don't use it, you're gonna what? You're gonna lose it.
Lose it. Yeah.
So we have to just we have, but everybody's busy. I get it. You know, not not everybody has a gym at their job they could go to on lunch break. Not
Right.
everybody is able to walk around the building on their lunch break, or whatever. So, but you have to maintain some of that, and it's a good stress reliever. You know, it helps with stress. Exercise definitely helps with stress, and that's the way. But some people feel they don't need to do it until it's too late.
Well, I know one thing. Now that we're doing it, we can't stop. Now that we're doing, we can't stop. At the ages that we are now, it's just basically a way of life until we leave here.
Well, I mean, at this point, you got people in their 50s that don't exercise all the time look better than some of these young people in their 30s.
I don't
You
know
know
any.
what? Have you seen some of these young kids out here, man? They look horrible. They're not taking care of themselves. They're sitting in front of the PlayStation all day. Black children are obese.
Okay.
Black children are obese, and younger and younger. Our children are coming up with chronic diseases, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol at 12 years old. At 12 years old, these are facts. So I mean, these are hard facts. These are hard facts. Black men that attend church on a regular basis is the most unhealthy.
Well, we
God is
can get
supposed to give us life, right?
we
Not death. So it's our relationship with food, and how we look at food, and how we deal with food, and we have to, especially our young people, because they're not cooking at home. They're Uber eating, they're Grub hubbing, and they're slowly killing our children.
all right. Let's get
Well,
back.
I mean, we're
Let's
having this conversation where I'm just explaining the conversation, because we have to change our mindset as the black community. We are the sickest, so we have to really change our mindset in the black community on how we relate to food, because nobody's going to help us. We're going to have to help ourselves.
Yeah, no,
And
I
we have to have
completely.
these conversations about food, because it's going to get worse if it doesn't get better.
Absolutely. I want to talk about it, and I want to just give Jamal some time because I think he has to run. But Jamal Bowman, what in the world is going on in Washington? It seems
I'm
like
not,
all hell
I'm
has.
not in Washington, son. Y'all
Yeah,
gotta.
What is
I'm not
happening?
in. I'm
Can
not in
Congress do
Washington. Y'all got.
anything?
Y'all gotta. Y'all got a
he's
new
like, yo, I
congressman,
ain't
son.
there. What you asking me that for?
What you mean? I'm not in Washington. I mean,
Gee
listen,
whiz.
man. I mean, listen. This is the
Damn, damn, damn.
Um,
Damn, damn, damn.
yeah. I mean, it's scary. It's scary what's going on in Washington. It's the manifestation of a lot of what's been going on the last several years. It's manifestation of what happened in my congressional race. You know, it's big money and the far right taking over politics, like literally taking over. Donald Trump wins the election. He creates a new government agency, quote unquote, called Dodge. He puts Elon Musk in charge of that. And now Elon Musk has taken control as well as treatment for HIV/AIDS. And so when we talk about sub-Saharan Africa, we're talking about our, our cousins, our kin over there on the continent. And that's just one example. I just read an article where Trump is about to sign an executive order to, end the Department of Education, or do everything in his power to end the Department of Education. And so they're doing what we warned that they would do. We got to get big money out of politics. We got to stand up to the far right and special interests. We got to organize across the country. We can't have Democrats acting like Republicans or trying to be in fellowship with Republicans, not in this day and age.
Right.
And that's what's happening, and it's scary. I mean, listen, you have Trump uh, gut the FAA,
And all the
which
planes are
which led
crashing.
to safety being compromised, and it led to a Black Hawk helicopter crashing into a commercial airline. I mean, it's horrible, it's scary, and unfortunately, this district has someone in Congress right now who's probably not going to fight the way we need to fight to do what we got to do.
We have
Um,
two people that represent Westchester that we don't have any confidence that they're going to fight.
yeah, well, one is outwardly fighting for Trump and in support of Trump, and one is covertly fighting in favor of Trump. And so the thing about Democrats, right, and Democrats like, the one who has replaced me, is no, they don't outwardly call you the N word, or they don't outwardly attack DEI, but they acquiesce to much of what the far right puts forward, and then tell you they're trying to compromise and they're trying to work across the aisle and find middle ground. And so this is where we are. It's very, very scary. And, you know, we got a lot of work to do to put ourselves in a position where we can do something about it. So scary stuff.
I want to know, Jamal, what when he signs an executive. Okay, let's go back to TikTok, right? Because it seems, as I understand it, Congress already banned TikTok. So on January 20th, we woke up, or 21st, whatever, people woke up, there was no TikTok. And then, like an hour or 2 hours later, President Trump reinstated TikTok. And now there's a 90-day time period before TikTok is banned to sell to an American interest. Is that legal after Congress banned TikTok?
Well, apparently it is. And so you have the previous Congress with the
Oh,
previous administration
previous, right?
vote to ban TikTok. And it goes to President Biden's desk and it's signed into law. Now you have a new administration that comes in and signs an executive order. Now understand, the president can write and sign any executive order that he or she wants, right?
Yeah.
signs an executive order that's apparently part of this deal where he's saying, well, we got to come to some kind of agreement in 90 days where an American company can own 50% of TikTok. And so that's where we are now. And so, um, he's running America like a business, making deals left and right to make sure, his people and the country, quote unquote, benefits from the deal. The problem is he's filed for bankruptcy 6 times and has been criminally charged and held accountable for fraudulent business practices. So he's not a good businessman. He
No.
just happens to be a white man who has friends in powerful places where that's allowed him to get to this point where he's the president of the United States, but he's a failed businessman. And Elon, Tesla's a good company. It's a company that's doing well, even though their labor practices are
Terrible.
horrible. Um, but outside of Tesla, I would argue he's also a failed businessman. I mean, he bought Twitter for 44 billion and it's worth 9 billion, right? So that's a
Wow.
horrible business move.
Right.
He's gotten 20 billion for SpaceX and their whole mission is to colonize Mars. And so the fact that he's gotten 20 billion from the US government to colonize Mars and do some other stuff, it's just like, what are we doing here? And again, it's white supremacy, and Trump is going to continue to push the envelope. Now, the last thing I'll say about this part is there's perception versus reality. So you see the news reports and you see things on social media that say Trump said or did X, Y, and Z, and then it makes people afraid, and then it polarizes them and stops them from getting active in our political system, and it stops some of our agencies from continuing to do their uh, their duty and their jobs in whatever context that may be. And much of what Trump is trying to do is not even fully legal.
Right.
Like, for example, when he froze or tried to freeze federal spending. But
Mm-hmm.
again, this is the Republican playbook. They want to end the public sector, make everything private, because the public sector disproportionately helps black and brown people.
Right.
And if you take away those resources, those black and brown people would die at a faster rate.
Right.
We call
And
this
women.
eugenics. We call this eugenics. We call this population control. We call this the Great Replacement Theory, nativism, imperialism, white supremacy,
Absolutely.
colonialism, and it's a slow genocide through executive order
Right.
versus through a nuclear bomb dropping.
Right. And I know like talking about health and wellness, for me, in order to stay in resistance, I had to really look at how I was taking care of myself because, to AJ's earlier point, it's in the mind. So we got a fire hose of executive orders and changes that on the government sites there's a 9-star flag now. The flag doesn't even have 51 stars on it anymore. 50, 51 or 50. I'm sorry. I don't remember. But the flag doesn't have all the state stars on it anymore on their sites. It's a 9-star flag.
What?
And,
What you
huh?
say? They didn't took the stars off the flag?
The stars are off the flag. Go to departmenteducation.gov, and the last 9-starred flag was the Confederate flag that we've seen, but it was just in a circle. Now it's like 3 rows of three. And when I saw that, and when I hearkened to the history of the Confederacy, it I got a little panicked. And if I haven't been practicing breathing, meditation, staying in the moment, I could go into a panic. And that's fight or flight. when there's a threat. So I think for me, maybe for you guys too, part of resistance is really staying focused and staying in the moment, researching, because it's not going to stop. Like they're just going to keep on going, and at one point or another, we're going to have to stand up and all unitedly fight back. AJ.
Where'd you say go to departmentofelducation.gov?
Exactly.
Where's
I can't find it online.
I'm on the website. I'm not seeing where is this flag at?
It
It
says
should, it
that
should be the upper left.
USA Today stated that Trump wants to plant stars and stripes on Mars. That's
No,
and then it says Trump rules that only stars and stripes will be flown on State Department buildings around the world.
no, you just
Um,
got to go to the Department of Education, ed.gov.
That's where I'm at, and
In the top left,
I
on
see their
top,
logo. Oh, yeah, now I see.
and then
I
there's
see it now.
there's text that says an official website of the United States government, just in case you think they're playing. No, this is what you see. It's no longer our flag.
well, that flag wasn't our flag anyway. That's not our flag. That's not black folks' flag. We no, that's not black folks' flag. That's not our flag.
I think
They
what
can do whatever they can. And look, this is my opinion. They can have what they want with that flag because we've been killed and lynched and police brutality and black men been shot and killed by police with that flag on their uniform. That's not our flag. Not when we've been killed by that flag. No, they can do whatever they want with their flag because they've shown black people that they didn't care about us wearing that while they was wearing that flag, like straight
another
piece of.
thing that you're making me think of, Damon, is the blatant hypocrisy. I mean, the hypocrisy is astounding. Astounding. When we, in your to your point, stand, kneel, say we're not going to pledge to this flag. This flag doesn't represent us. There's all kinds of un-American names that we're called. And now whatever entity, this administration has completely replaced the flag, and there's no outcry.
Who's
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
make?
there's an outcry. It's just it's muted because mainstream media, you know, they support white supremacy. So it's an outcry. People are pushing back against it. You're not going to find it on CNN or the big channels or even the local channels because it is what it is. What I wanted to say though, we talk about self care and diet and exercise and being active. I think now is a really important time to put our heads down and focus locally.
Hmm.
Exactly.
And so you got the presidency, right? That's way out there and way up there, right? What are our local electeds doing to push back? And how are we holding them accountable? And by local electeds, I mean mayors, city managers, council people, trustees, state reps, um, county executive, but also county legislators. What are they doing to provide hope and fight and vision and safety and security for the people in their communities? I have not seen, and maybe I missed it, you all are in media, one leader, elected leader in our community stand up and give a press conference to
No,
make clear what our what's going to happen here in our community to make sure we are all safe and we are all fighting back against Trump's tyranny and dictatorship. It's not. I
I
don't see it happening from anyone.
I don't see it
And
happening from
And,
anyone. The only
and
person I see is Tish. I don't see anybody locally.
yeah, and thank God Tish is doing it, and
Thank God.
she's state AG, and she has a direct role to play here. But one of my frustrations with many local electeds is like, yo, we elect you to office, man. Why you quiet as a church mouse? We
Right.
literally have tyranny happening in our country right now.
Yeah.
We have Lawler position himself to be governor, possibly. And we have a Democrat who's positioned himself, who I also think is dangerous as well, in Richie Torres. And so,
Right.
like, what are we doing? Like,
Right.
like we think being quiet and looking the other way and or making our own little deals under the table for ourselves is going to help our people. It's just the lack of courage, the lack of leadership. Is disgusting, and people are afraid. Like I get text all the time, man. People are afraid, and people
I
want to
texted
see.
you that I was afraid.
Yeah, and people want to see leadership, and so what I would really encourage us all to do, and I'm going to start doing it a lot more as well, is focus locally. What's going on your school boards? What's going on with the mayors? What's going on with the state reps? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, Jamal. I learned so much by, working with you, working on your last two campaigns, and we tried, really to get involved with local initiatives that were the right thing to do for the people. Um, in Elmsford School Board during your campaign, we sent like armies of people into Elmsford, and the opposition in the Republican Party is mobilized. They are networked. They are networked. And when we got our troops together, there you could tell that there was like behind the scenes coordination that was way before the election cycle. Way before. These people have been organizing for years, infiltrating very locally on our school boards. That's one thing I learned. The other thing, and I never even heard of, and I want to talk about it a little bit. I never heard of APAC before this last race. I never heard of them. I never knew what they were about. We had a lot of people that were Jewish on the campaign that had to educate me about APAC and why they saw APAC as being so dangerous. And we know for a fact that these same moneyed interests are going to come into local elections. We know this. They said so. So, what I learned is as Democrats, we need to have more representatives that are clearly separate from APAC agenda or Republican agenda, which is the same agenda.
hmm
It's,
yeah, I mean
it's
that
the same
that
agenda.
yeah, I mean, absolutely correct. Um, but that's we got a lot of work to do to get there. So so I'm going to be making an announcement very soon that will, you know, be in response to what you just said,
Mm-hmm.
um, around us organizing around that. But in terms of current elected officials and people currently in office, so APAC has been very strategic. Now understand this is an organization that's been around 60 years,
Six
right?
six zero.
60, organizing
That's older
strategically,
than all of us.
organizing strategically in Washington and locally. And while we were fighting for our civil rights and trying to put food on the table, they were building political power.
Right.
And they were building political power using US dollars to build political power and
Oh
other.
my gosh.
And so, you know, we weren't thinking about the school board. We weren't thinking about Congress. We weren't thinking about any of this stuff. We were thinking about, we shall overcome. We shall overcome. We think about
Yeah.
that. And so they were building power. So now we all are awake, and now we have to build power as well. And APAC is just one group. There's big pharmaceutical companies, there's insurance companies, there's fossil fuel companies, there's the military industrial complex,
Right.
um,
Prison industrial.
prison industrial complex. You know, there's just again, there's big money in politics, and so we got to focus locally. I'm going to be making an announcement soon around that. We got to donate our dollars to the right initiatives. $20 a month, whatever you can afford, and let's get going. So
Okay. Okay, you heard it here on Elevation Nation. I'm trying to pull it up. I'm not sure if my internet is gonna work, but being on the campaign with Jamal, we fought and we had a lot of support. And I just wanted to read off all of the support. Of course, Black Westchester Magazine, congressional representatives, elected officials, all kinds of human rights groups. Matter of fact, I was in DC when Jamal was awarded after the election an honor from the Human Rights Campaign, all kinds of human rights groups. I believe you probably raised the second most money in a congressional election.
yeah, we raised 5.4 million in 6 months.
I mean, that's incredible. So much support. Yet this this I don't even know what to say. The money, but also the fact that the money lives here in the district could not be understated.
Well, even before that, during redistricting, they took 200,000 black people out the district.
Right.
So after the district got its first black rep, and it was a
Yeah,
majority black district when I ran in 2020. After I
yeah,
won in 2020, they redrew the lines and took
right.
200,000 black people out. And so the process was so egregious, Democrats sued to redraw the lines again after 2022 election. And they won. And it was given to the commission to redraw the lines again to fix it. And the
No,
chair of the
wasn't
commission,
wasn't the Republicans that sued?
yeah, it was the Republicans that
Yeah, yeah,
sued.
yeah. I just want. Yeah, you
And
said
it
Democrat.
was, well, Republicans, so real quick, 2020, lines are drawn, the state votes on it, the governor signs it into law.
Right,
Okay? That
Mm-hmm.
those lines were fine. They kept the black people together.
right,
Republicans sued. This is 2020. This is after 2020 now, 2021, 2022. Republicans sued. They challenged it at every level of the courts, and the courts upheld the lawsuit and sent it to a special master to change the lines. The special master changed the lines and drew wild lines, took 200,000 black people out of the district, and
That's
said there's
sad.
nothing else they could do about that. So we ran on those lines in 2022. Then after 2022's election, Democrats sued because the process was egregious.
Right.
The lawsuit was upheld, and the commission was asked to redraw the lines. someone appointed Ken Jenkins, who's the deputy county executive at the time, to be the chair of the commission, which is a clear conflict of interest. But someone appointed him, and he had that job. And instead of fixing the lines in favor of the Civil Rights Act, which says you cannot uh, exclude black people from having a majority black district,
Right.
he kept the lines the same. As a matter of fact, he tried to make it more favorable for my opponent by putting Riverdale back in, but he was told he better not do that. Long story short, he kept the lines the same. 200 black people gone. That was problem number one. Problem number two, more money spent against us than ever before in history.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then problem number three, which is the most important problem to me, is second most important outside of taking 200,000 black people away, is we still didn't have enough people come out to vote.
Right.
And so we have 54,000 registered Democrats in Yonkers alone that did not vote.
Mm-hmm.
We won Yonkers in that race.
Mm-hmm.
We crushed in Mount Vernon. We
Mm-hmm.
won Mount Vernon 65-35.
Mm-hmm.
We crushed in the Bronx, and we would have crushed in New Rochelle if more people came out to vote.
Mm-hmm.
White Westchester, who supports Israel and loves George Latimer, they came out to vote
Yeah.
in record numbers. I mean, we had a higher voting percentage in Mamaroneck than Co-op City,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so
And don't
that's
forget
just
the
what that
Republicans.
was. And the Republicans
Don't forget the
switching
Republicans said
parties
too.
and Democrats being it was just crazy, man. And
Yeah.
so but that is a microcosm of
Of
what
what we're
happened to
dealing
Kamala Harris.
with. Right. That's right.
Because so Kamala Harris, so the Dems, one could argue the Dem party locally and nationally allowed me to be politically lynched.
Mm-hmm.
One could argue that.
Absolutely.
And then, what's so funny, and I know he's going to get into all this, but it's just funny to talk about. The attacks on me was I was against Biden
Yeah.
with the ads. That was the attack. Two
Mm-hmm.
days after the election was the presidential debate with Trump and Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Biden couldn't even finish a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, he was showing decline and he should have not been in that race.
Right.
Fast forward, he's out, Kamala's in.
Mm-hmm.
Who are the people that stay home in Kamala's race? Young people, working class people, people of color, people who support Gaza. Who is my base
Same.
locally and nationally? The same people.
Mm-hmm.
So Democratic Party is going to showing that we're not going to protect, with all due respect and humility, one of the most important new members of Congress. We're
Right.
going to allow him to be attacked by APAC. No, I'm going to stay home. And they
Yep.
stood home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey
Yeah.
Jamal, let me ask you a question because there were some as I watched on different shows on YouTube, there was some progressive um, people on the left that felt that it was a I'm going to say it was a mistake for the squad not to sit down with the Democrats um, because they literally needed you and Cori Bush, as what you said, to sit down with the Democrats and make a deal um, that y'all wouldn't have been challenged because of the lack of the Democrats to reach young people and those people that literally didn't vote. I think the show's called Due Diligence, and they literally brought it up, that the squad failed on that, because of the fact that of the Gaza, everything you said, the Gaza situation, young people, and all that, the squad should have pushed harder against Kamala and the national DNC, to keep y'all guys from being primary the way y'all was. What is your
Yeah, I mean that's an interesting take. I wonder about, I don't know what timeline they're referring to, because my primary was in June, Corey's was in August. My it was After October 7th, pretty much it was decided I was going to be primaried. Kamala wasn't even in a race by then, so
right?
I don't
Well,
know. I don't. So I
well,
don't
the national
know.
DNC, I mean, everybody knew what APAC was doing, right? So
Yeah,
it
so
wasn't no
I don't know what deal there was to be made, and I don't know what they mean about pushing harder
because of the
on
fact that they needed.
Kamala.
Well, their whole thing was that they needed y'all, to
Well,
make
correct.
right,
I
and
mean,
that was their point. That was their point. Like
but
they
that ain't
need.
on us to make a deal. That's
Well,
on,
well,
because
I mean,
we were
yeah.
clear. Like we were clear. We called for a permanent ceasefire a
No, no,
week
I'm not talking
after.
about the deal. I'm not talking about the deal with Israel. I'm talking about to keep y'all in office
Yeah, I
because of
don't know.
because of the fact that I mean, let's be honest, man. These types of deals are made, right? Look, we won't mess with you if this and that. You need us, this and that,
Well,
this and that.
the only way we weren't going to be, in my opinion, the only way we weren't going to be primaried is if we were quiet on the issue of Gaza.
Right?
And so, like, but that wasn't going to happen. Like,
No, 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 no. Nobody's
yeah.
saying that. But
No, I
but
know you're not, but I'm just
right.
saying in general. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I thought
Rashida,
that was a good take on what they said because
yeah,
they said
I would need to see
those are
the
the
clip.
people that they needed. Those are they were just saying you, Corey Bush,
Yeah, we were
y'all were
the
the guys they needed
the
on the street.
the DNC, right, should have threw some weight around to tell
Exactly.
APAC to stand down
Exactly.
so that Corey and Jamal can help us win this election. But
Right.
listen, I can tell you this: 20, excuse me, September 2023. I'm at the Congressional Black Caucus Legislative Conference, and I'm in a conversation with a high-ranking Democratic Party official. And this is one of those people where, like, you know, like when you watch movies and you could tell, like, this is a big person, but you don't really know who they are or what they do,
Right.
right? So this is the first time I ever seen him or met him. So I'm in a conversation with him in September 2023. And he's pretty much telling me Biden's going to be gone,
Hmm.
right? Like he pretty much said this a year in advance,
Right.
right? And
Wow.
so actually, what are we in 2025, 2024, 20, yeah, it was 2023. Um, and I'm like, okay, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Newsom? What's going to happen? And he didn't know at the time. But Biden wasn't gone until August or
4 months.
whenever it
Right.
was,
Mm-hmm.
2024, like
Mm-hmm.
almost a year after this conversation. And
Mm-hmm.
so you give Kamala Harris 10 weeks to
Mm-hmm.
run a sprint campaign, and people want to be very critical, but what can you do in 10 weeks? I thought in 10
Right.
weeks they did pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the point is, in my opinion, Biden should have been gone in 2022. There
Mm-hmm.
should have been an open primary. Whoever
Yeah.
won the primary, that's going to be the person, and
Yep.
let's ride or die. But I tell this story to illustrate how discombobulated the Democratic Party was as it related to the Biden
Right.
campaign. So when we see its weakness here in New York State or in Westchester County, that's no surprise
Right.
because it's pretty much similar donors
Mm-hmm.
and consultants who work with both parties, who
Right.
all support a white supremacist agenda.
Right. Right. That's
Well,
definitely what it feels like.
I'm gonna tell you now. I don't know about y'all, but I watched that chair. I called AJ on it. and I watched the national DNC. They're gonna have to get it together, bro.
They
They're gonna
really
have to get it. That shit was horrible. They're gonna have to get it together on a national level. They will never get the White House, and they better hope they're able to control the one of the houses in Congress, because that shit I saw from the Democratic Party, it ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work.
What do you mean? Can you be specific? What do you mean? What'd you
It
see?
was it was it was a bunch of buffoonery. Nobody talked
when they
about,
named the new chair.
well, just what the discussions they were talking about. Nobody talked about
What
economic
discussion?
development. Nobody talked about economic development. Nobody talked about bread and butter. The only
What are you
person
talking
that
when?
really listen, it was on. You could go on YouTube. It's right there. It's like 3 hours.
The DNC you're talking about?
DNC, yes,
Okay.
yes, the
So in the
DNC.
past, we're in the past.
No,
No,
we're in
it's just
last week.
happened.
It
They
just
just
happened.
nominated. They just
When they
elected a
just
new
okay, that's what
DNC
I said.
chair.
When they just nominated the chair. That's what I said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
this was a
yesterday.
couple
What, it
days
was
ago.
yesterday?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, it was a couple of days ago. Well, I just watched it.
it might have been yesterday. It might have been yesterday.
I just watched it today. The only person that made sense was the dude that came out of Bernie Sanders camp was the dude, the what is it, the One Nation, one something, whatever he created, the
Um,
Indian guy.
yeah,
He's
Faz.
the only one that made common sense, that had come
Yeah,
on how
well,
they need.
that's listen. I mean, yeah, man, this is the problem, right? And so, I mean, look at what we got here in Westchester. We got Suzanne Berger. Okay,
Exactly.
like what do we, like we don't have leadership. Look who we got at the state level, Jay Jacobs, and look at the people who support them. Like these are not leaders. And so when we have, Mike Lawler, Westchester County elected two black members for the first time in history, and 2 terms later they're gone.
No, but they're not gone because of any other party. They're gone because of their own party. Let's be let's
Correct.
be let's
Yes.
be
That's
clear
what
about
I'm. That's what I'm
let's let, let,
saying, right?
let's be
And
clear.
so
It wasn't the Republicans that did y'all dirty, right?
and this is the thing, right? Like, and so the thing about me and Mondare, which is interesting, we're two different types of politicians, right? Like I'm I am who I am, he is who he is, right? Uh, for argument's sake, some might say Mondare is more palatable than Jamal.
He's more moderate.
Jamal's too in your face. Jamal's this. Jamal's that. He makes white people uncomfortable. Some might argue Mondare doesn't do that, right?
Right.
But we're two different types of elected officials, but we
That
both
make white
happen to be
people feel
black.
different potentially.
They was allegedly trying to recruit Mondare to run against me after the first term because they wanted to get rid. You know what I'm saying? Like, so again, the party got a lot of problems. That's why we got to build our own power. That's why we got to focus locally and push a lot of these fraud ass clown electeds and leaders out of their current positions.
The redistrict Mondir's house in your district.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that was
that's
on purpose.
his
That was
house
on
was in your.
purpose, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's like, listening to whoever he's listening to, right? And he's, you know, like, yo, I'm a primary Jamal. And then he did a poll and he saw like, okay, I'm not gonna primary Jamal. That's not gonna work. But like this is crazy shit. Yo, one of the judges who ruled in favor of the Republicans during that first set of lawsuits went to Mount Vernon High School with George Latimer. Like, this is what we dealing with here. Like, this is this is wild, yo. It's wild stuff, man.
And the thing about it is people have yet to see, but they're gonna see how it
No,
all
people see,
relates
but see,
to
Tasha,
what.
I disagree, yo. Here's what I think. So, like, I hear you. Pe- our people, man, we just trying to live our lives. Like, we going to work, we waking up, we getting our kids ready for school, we taking our kids to school, we going to work, we coming home from work, we picking our kids up from school, we helping them with their homework, we making dinner, we putting our kids to bed, we watching our little show, and we want to be left alone. We just trying to survive. Okay? These white women in Westchester, they drinking wine, yo. They chilling. They got nothing to do but make Facebook groups and talk shit and support the establishment that helps them maintain their power. And then when someone like Trump gets in the office, they're like, oh my God, they get to feign like they care or like they're not racist. They're racist too, right? And so we know we just tired because we working. And so what I'm again, more to come, more to come. But listen, I gotta jump, y'all. I'm sorry. I hate to.
Well, we didn't make it to talk about your book, but we're gonna post about it.
Yeah, I
Yes,
definitely want to talk about your book. Yeah.
yes. So this is
Damon,
peace and love, y'all.
Damon,
Peace and peace and
Yeah.
love.
there's
Book
a
my
scene with the
first.
book.
Hold on. Peace and
Oh,
love.
do we have a picture of the book, Tasha?
Yeah, it's called Jamal's book. It's a
I'm putting
scene.
it up. You don't see it. You can't see it.
Yes, we do see
Yes.
it.
Okay. Peace and
Go
love, written by
ahead,
Jamal
go ahead,
Bowman.
brother Jamal.
Peace
Hmm.
and love, written get it in front of every child in grades K through 3 across the country. And, I'm an educator. You all know that. And we want to continue to inspire a love of literacy, a love of learning, a love of Black history, a love of culture. And so, yeah, it was a labor of love, as they say. So please check out the book, Peace and Love. The illustrations are crazy. It's straight New York, straight hip hop, straight family, straight all of it. So it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
That's what's
Guaranteed
up.
to be guaranteed to promise, guaranteed to be on the banned book list soon.
Oh
With-
yeah,
with-
that's get it before they ban it. Yes, sir.
Before they ban
Get
it. Get it before they ban it. Well,
it
thank
before
you
they
so
ban it.
much for coming
No
on.
problem, y'all. Love y'all.
Peace
Good
and
to see
love.
you. See you
You
in
too,
person
brother. Talk
soon.
to you soon, man.
Hey man, we got to go to the spot. We got to
Oh
go to the
man,
spot.
oh man, stop telling that, man. You ain't ready
Get,
for the spot
get
again,
some
man.
get some get some olive oil. Get some bread and olive oil and
oh yeah,
You
some
ain't ready for the
some
spot,
pizza
brother.
bread is amazing. Yeah.
and
You ain't
some
ready for
garlic
the
bread.
spot.
All right, y'all. Peace and love. Talk soon.
All right
All
All
right.
right, all
then.
right.
Well, that's it, folks. I mean, I am very, very much activated to organize. I hope that everybody on this show tonight is taking good care of yourself, getting your rest, and then getting in the fight. We are not shopping at Target, online or in person. We are using our dollars and we're using our dollars with one another. And soon you're going to hear ways that you can support Damon's book. He has supplements, and then AJ's books. I'm amongst authors, so I guess I'm next. That's usually how it happens. When you're in a circle full of people, you're the only one who's not one. You're next. So we want to build. We want to build with one another. We want to spend money with one another. We want to support each other's engagements. Please join us on Mondays. We are going to continue celebrating Black History Month. I have some guests that are from the diaspora of Black people, because maybe you're like me and you just are thinking about African American Black experience, but there's a global Black presence. And we need to actually be working with each other because we are literally all we got. If we need
That's
to go
it.
to another country, where are we going? Where Black Americans going? So
No,
we
we ain't gonna. And don't get and don't allow these Negroes to trick all y'all about Ghana. They only taking your money. That's it.
we
That's
will
it's
bring
all
people on. I have a
that.
few people that have gotten citizenship. Yahida, Yadida from Mount Vernon, and also oh, why am I forgetting her name? Oh gosh, the other lady who does online magazine culturally lit.
Later.
Oh,
Aleda just got her citizenship. So did Dr.
well,
Umar.
yeah,
So,
yeah. We got to talk to her later because I know some people that was out there. They said now they charging American prices.
well, whatever the case may be, we're going to have the people on that are on the ground so we can get to the bottom of that. But there's a global Black presence.
Well,
So,
someone said she about to run for city council in Mount Vernon.
Yeah, she just announced she's running for city council. She's one of the 9 or 10 candidates running for the
Jesus
three
Christ.
seats at
who?
city council.
Cynthia?
Later,
Later.
Oh,
Cynthia and
Aleda?
Elena, both of them, both Cynthia
Oh,
and Elena.
wow. Oh, wow. Well, I support Cynthia. I support her later. But Cynthia is Black Westchester's own. So wishing her the best. Also want to shout out Matt Evans from Elmsford. He's running for mayor. He will be the first ever Black mayor in Elmsford, which is my home village. So we want to send a lot of love to him. And yeah, stay tuned. We'll be here next week. Black is black is black is black. We will have people from different countries that are Black come on. We will have people that are from the LGBTQIA plus community because they're also Black. And there's a lot of their imprint in Black History Month. So we look forward to seeing you next week. And also, please follow us on social media. Thank you. Anything you guys want to say before we sign off?
Peace and blessings.
Uh,
Make sure you where is it? Where is it? Oh yeah. Make sure everybody definitely sign up. And make it happen. And I guess next week we're going to talk about a chapter from it because if people are actually signing up. But that's where you sign up.
All right. AJ,
Lastly,
you got anything?
to complement what uh, Tasha said, it's not enough to just boycott these corporations. You need to recycle your black dollars. You need to spend money. You need to purposefully spend money with black companies. Like, I mean, um, they're out there. You have to look for them. You know what I'm saying? But there are black companies out there. You need to spend money with black companies, and you support your black authors. Um,
Yep.
just support your black businesses. That's what we need to. We need to get back to recycling our dollars.
Absolutely. And it's back to that mindset. It's back to that mindset. Like when I say on my social media or in person, I say, do not spend money at Walmart. Like I mean that. Do not spend money in Walmart. It's not that serious. It is not that serious. Costco, BJ's, so many other big box. Just cancel Walmart. Those people do not care for you. Cancel Target. Make them feel it in their pocketbooks. That's the only thing they care about. And we have 1.3, 1.4, I've even heard 1.5 trillion dollars of spending power. Either you love yourself or you don't. Either you love yourself or you don't.
Damn, damn, damn.
Yo, before you go, you gotta give me the Afro Circus. You gotta let Afro Circus take us out.
Damn, damn, damn. Circus, Afro circus, Afro circus, Afro polka dot, Afro.
All right, we out of here. I ain't messing
Peace
with
and
y'all.
love, everybody.
Don't miss Damon K. Jones's revolutionary approach to total wellness. His complete wellness collection, 4 transformative books that have changed thousands of lives. Drawing from years of expertise, Damon guides you through emotional eating, clean living, and the proven 6 pillars of lasting health. Experience his 28-day challenge, which helps people nationwide discover their best selves. Or his groundbreaking book, The Empowering Benefits of Detoxing, Cleansing, and Eating Clean, will help you re-energize and refocus on your health, wellness, and mental clarity. Join the wellness revolution. Get this life-changing collection for only $65. Go to DamonKJones.com for this special offer, and let's make health and wellness the new black. From the streets of the 914 to the pinnacle of journalism, A.J. Woodson's journey is legendary. As a founding member of hip-hop legendary group JVC Force, he lived hip-hop. Now, as editor-in-chief of Black Westchester magazine, experience his groundbreaking trilogy, We Got Our Own Thing, the untold story of hip-hop from Westchester County. Black Westchester celebrates black women. Black Westchester, the origin story. The raw, unfiltered memoir of how faith and determination created a voice for the voiceless. 3 books, 1 incredible journey. From hip-hop pioneer to community voice, A.J. Woodson's stories need to be on your shelf. All books available on Amazon, or contact Black Westchester magazine for your copy.
The best you will find. Living in CI, who the hell am I? AJ Rock the juice, I get fly. Cool with the riffing guy, keep a handle. Cause if you don't, I wax you down like a candle.
This new year, Black Westchester and Vita Health Nutrition are joining forces to revolutionize your wellness journey. 2025 isn't just another year, it's your year to thrive. We're making health and wellness the new black, and everyone's invited to join the movement. Vita Health Nutrition's premium collection features powerful immune support supplements, natural energy boosters, advanced nutritional formulas, wellness essentials for the whole family. New Year special offer, get an exclusive 30% off all Vita Health products. Use code BW30, join the movement. Visit blackwestchester.com for community updates. Shop vitahealthnutrition.us. Follow both brands on social media for daily inspiration. Let's make 2020